Aloha. Thank you for taking the time to come together today for an ocean flow vinyasa practice with me. Before we begin, if you are enjoying my channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave any comments down below, any feedback, any requests, and I would love to read them and respond to them. So today we're going to focus on a word in Hawaii called Lokahi. There's a meditation that I just did previous to this practice, and so you can listen to that meditation. It's about a 15-minute meditation, so I'm going to leave out the meditation for this practice, and we'll go ahead and get started. But just to give you a simple idea of what Lokahi means is balance and harmony. Today we'll be focusing on some balancing postures, but to invite within the intention of balance for yourself, mind, body, and spirit, the balance of your breath, the balance of your thoughts is the mind, and finding out and paying attention to both sides of the body. Where are you? Are you balanced in the center, or do you balance more on the right side or the left side? Paying attention to this as we practice today, and then inviting within harmony into your being. What we cultivate within ourselves is what we give out to the world. So today, Lokahi is our intention. Let's go ahead and get started. You can bring some blocks to the front of your mat. Have a blanket nearby if you have sensitive knees for extra cushioning. And your mat and yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to bring the blocks to the front of the mat today at the first level. This is the first level. This is the second level. This is the third level. Just take your hands onto your blocks nice and wide, spread out through your fingers. Walk your knees back and we'll come into a child's pose, Balasana. Nice stretch here, deeper stretch with the hands on the blocks in child's pose. If you do not like this, you do not have to do it. Knees together to start with this morning or today, whatever time you're practicing this. Allow the head to hang through the arms. Begin your Ujjayi breath. Breathe all the way down the length of your spine. And allow the breath to come all the way up and out as you draw your navel to your spine. Begin to visualize your breath creating more space in your spine. With every inhale, all the fluid in between each little vertebra is actually filling up more, making you taller. Like just visualizing this, feeling this in this pose with your breath. And then you can move your blocks off the sides, bring your hands all the way down onto your mat, and let your head come all the way down. Feel your belly massage on your thighs. Massaging out any stress in the belly. We'll walk the hands all the way over to the right side of your mat, reaching them way out away from you and then over to the right. Take 3 breaths here. Feel all the sensations that are arising in the left side of your body.
And slowly walk your hands back onto your mat and keep walking them all the way over to the left now. Reaching out and over while keeping the sit bones grounded on your heels. Get as long as you can from your right sit bone, right hip, all the way out through your fingertips. So allowing the head to hang heavy. And let's walk the hands back around, forward. Inhale, come up onto your hands and your knees into a tabletop pose. Open your knees up as wide as your hips. Wrists underneath your shoulders. Inhale, tilt your head back, chin up, tailbone up for cow pose. Exhale, round in your upper back, chin to your throat for cat pose. Let's move 2 times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now begin to move your spine like a jump rope. So down, over to the left, up, over to the right, and down. 3 times in one direction. And then 3 times in the other direction. And then inhale back to cow pose. Look down inside your hands, curl your toes under and lift your knees, hover your knees. Push down into your hands, feel your shoulders come away from your shoulders away from your ears. And now straighten out through the legs. If you're not able to, keep your knees bent, but make sure your head comes back inside your arms. You're not leaning forward. You don't want to stress out your hands and your wrists, so push your chest back towards your feet. It's more important that your whole spine is straight than your legs. Hang your head, shake it yes, no. Open your feet up a little bit wider than your hips in downward facing dog. And with your knees bent or legs straight, you're going to begin to balance on the left hand and reach your right hand to your left calf. The outside of the calf, right hand outside left calf, and twist. Gaze up underneath your left armpit towards the ceiling or the sky. And release your right hand down to your mat. Let's go to the other side. Push into your right hand. Get really grounded. Reach your left hand to the outside of your right calf. Twist. Look up underneath your right armpit towards the ceiling or the sky. And release your left hand down. Just rock here in downward dog. Right side, left side. Move more to the right. Lean more to the left. Come back to the balance of Ujjayi breath. See if you can keep the same rhythm going throughout your whole practice. Gaze inside your hands, walk your feet in. Open your feet up a little bit wider than your hips. Bend your knees a lot. Options here in ragdoll. Just hang here, let your arms hang like an elephant trunk. You can grab onto opposite elbow or reach your hands back and grab onto opposite elbow. Forearms, wrists, or interlace your fingers and rinse out your shoulders as you allow the arms to just fall forward over your head. You're welcome to remain still or rock here from side to side. 3 more breaths. Release your hands down. Come up into a halfway lift. Option here to grab your blocks. Use your blocks to come into a halfway lift. Toe heel the feet in towards each other. Or you can bring your hands to your shins or just keep them on the ground. Exhale, deep fold, belly on the thigh, chest towards your knee, forehead towards your shins. Begin to rotate your inner thighs. So this organic Just very subtle, energetic movement with the intention of pointing your inner thighs towards the back of your mat. It's a really subtle movement to help open up your lower back. And now we'll reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Hands come to your heart. So right here, before we begin, well, we already have begun. Before we go any further into a sun salutation to warm up, let's just feel the balance in your body right here. Right foot, left foot, find your center right here. A really great practice is lifting your toes up, pushing down to the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. Strengthens your feet and your ankles. And just relax your toes down. Now let's do a balancing standing pose, tree pose. Standing on your right foot, let's bring the left foot to your right calf. If you're new to yoga, you can always put a block right here, like so. Resting the ball of your foot on the block just inside your right leg, and then eventually sliding the foot to your leg. Hands can come to your hips, to a prayer position. You can also reach down and grab your foot and bring it up more to your right inner thigh. Here you want to push your foot into your leg into your foot to build that energy up through the center of the body. That's what helps you find more balance. To get stronger in the balancing poses is to draw inwards. And then the second is to find your dristi, which means your gaze, a focal point. The third is the ocean breath, breathing without holding your breath while you hold a pose. The breath continues to move. All right, and let's release and go to the other side. Let's see how the other side is balancing today. Right foot comes to your left calf, or you're bringing your block, placing it right there to help support you. And then we bring the foot up higher if you would like to. Opening the hips here, try to draw the knee out. Find some harmony here. And slowly release. All right. So just observe and notice. No judgments. Let us be grateful that we have the opportunity to balance and find this balance, that we have the opportunity to practice yoga. Let's come to the front of the mat for some sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms all the way out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, let's come into a halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lokahi. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lokahi. Inhale, arms sweep all the way out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Bring your blocks to the front corners of your mat. Let's step back, high plank. Feet are hip width apart or a little bit narrower. Hug into your center. Balance your breath. Find your gaze. Balancing here in high plank. Let's try rocking back and forth. So push back through your heels, come forward onto your tippy toes without collapsing your hips. So keep the hips up, and we're just rocking back and forth. If you need to, you can bring your knees down. Let's slowly lower chaturanga, elbows hug into your ribs. Relax your head, relax your toes. Now firm up your legs, push into the top of your feet so much that your kneecaps lift up off of your mat. Feet stay on the ground, pubic bone anchors, and use your back muscles to lift your chest up in cobra, baby cobra here. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale again, cobra. Exhale, release. This time you can come up a little bit more. You can open your blocks out more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come down. You can bring your blocks back onto your mat. Curl your toes. Use your knees if you need to. Otherwise, push up, back to high plank. And let's come into downward facing dog. You can take your blocks off or keep them underneath your hands. 3 breaths, downward dog. Draw your tailbone down towards your heels to elongate more into your spine. Step your feet together at the back of your mat in downward dog. Extend your right heel back behind you. Let's balance here on 3 limbs. Push back through your right heel, pull your toes up towards your knee, and get really strong in your right leg. Lift up a little bit higher. Open your right hip, stack your right hip over the left to bend your right knee, and push out to the bottom of your right foot. Look inside your hands. Exhale, pull your thigh to your belly, chin toward your lips. So now bring your chin towards your throat and your knee towards your forehead or your lips. Now gaze down inside your hands and step your right foot forward. Low lunge. Slowly bring the left knee down. Inhale, arms reach all the way up, come into a low lunge. 3 breaths here. Inhale, find more space. Exhale, balance. Hug into your center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, harmony. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to reach the arms back behind you like airplane wings and the chest forward. And then inhale, reach back up. Exhale, airplane wings go back, chest forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Good. Inhale, reach. And now balancing, let's straighten out through the right leg, flex your right heel, and take the hands down. Inhale, get longer in your spine. Take your right thumb to your right hip crease, pull it back. And now lay your belly inside your right thigh or on your right thigh. Point your chest towards your right big toe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Let's come forward, walk the hands with you into a low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Good. You might want to grab a block here and place it over here to the right side of your mat, just on the outside of the right hip. We're going to reach the left arm all the way up and over to the right. Try not to lean on your block that's over here, right? You're just using it for support as you feel centered, right? So if you're leaning over to the side, then you're not centered. Find your center, balance your breath, look up, reach up, and then both hands come down. Let's rock the hips back again into half splits.
Come forward into a low lunge. Lift your left knee. Push back through your heel and straighten out through your right leg. Lift your right toes up, balancing the back of your right heel, and then place your foot down and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Look at your back left foot and take your heel all the way down. So angle your back left foot at about a 45-degree angle. So if your mat were a clock, your left big toe is pointing at about 9 o'clock. Grab your block, bring it to the outside of your right ankle, push down into your right hand. Take your left hand to your left hip. Now we're going to turn open, left hip over the right hip. You don't have to lock out your right knee here. You can soften it. Take your left hand out to your right ribs and twist. Pull them up more towards the ceiling. Now reach the left arm up and over your head. And then inhaling back up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Try lifting your right toes here. Push down through the ball of your foot and the heel of your foot. So the arch lifts. Breathe into the long energy highway in your body from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Reaching, breathing into the whole spine. And now we'll reach the left hand back down. Let's come into a low lunge and bring the left knee back down. Take your right hand to your right thigh and twist your belly over towards the inside of your right thigh. Reach the right arm all the way up and back towards your left foot. Lift your left foot. If you have a strap, you can grab it. Pull your heel towards your glutes and then a gentle release. Reach the right arm forward, circle it up and back. Lift the left knee and swivel onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot and see if you can just sink your left hip all the way down towards your mat. You can toe heel the right foot off to the right if you need to here. Just reaching through the right hand, allowing that left side to open more. And then we'll bring the right hand down inside your right foot. Lizard lunge. You can bring your hands onto blocks if you need to. For those of you that already have open hips, you can come down onto your forearms, elbows. Relax your chest, soften your breath. Come back up onto your hands and then step the right foot back, high plank. Shifting forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Curl your toes under, take a deep breath in on the exhale, high plank. Inhale to pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 ocean breaths here. Step your feet together at the back of your mat. Extend your left heel back behind you, 3-legged dog. The leg that's in the air is always the strongest leg. Connected to your core. So use your breath here. The Ujjayi breath tones the belly. Strengthens your core. And then the lifted leg helps draw in to your core more so you can feel balance. Open your left hip, bend your knee, push out through the bottom of your foot, lift your left knee, and now a contraction here. Lots of core as you draw your thigh to your chest, to your belly, knee to your chest. Feel cat pose here in your spine. Come way up onto your right tippy toes. Lift your left heel towards your left sit bone. Gaze down inside your hands and step your left foot there or pull it up. Wiggle the right knee back, the right foot back, and slowly bring your knee down. Allow your hips to just sink forward here. Find your balance, hug in, which means as if you're trying to pull your mat together with your right knee and your left foot. Hug in, get grounded, and then lift up. It's like you're building a house. Strong foundation. So what's connected to the ground? And then hug in so you can balance and feel free, harmonious. Good. Inhale, just reaching up, finding more space. Exhale, now you can just let your hips slowly begin to just relax more towards the earth. Now we're going to come into the airplane arms. So inhale to reach, exhale, bowing forward, airplane wings back. Inhale, reach up, exhale, airplane wings back. Inhale up, exhale, back. And then both hands come down. Rock your hips back, flex your left toes. Take your left thumb to your left hip crease and pull your hip back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, your chest forward, and then lay your belly on your thigh. Chest towards the knee, forehead towards your shin. Come forward into your low lunge. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way back up. Grab your block and we'll place it to the outside of your left hip over here. Inhale, reach the right arm up parallel to your ear and then reach over to the left. Gently resting your left hand on your block. Stay connected to your center as you open up to the right side of your body here. Really deep side stretch, stretching into the psoas, your quads, the hip flexors. And both hands come down on either side of your left foot. Rock your hips back. One more time, half splits. Inhale, rock them forward. Lift your right knee and straighten out through the left leg for pyramid variation. Flex your left toes up towards your shin, balancing on the back of your left heel. Balance your breath. Find more space on the inhale. Exhale, soften into the pose. Grab your block to the highest level on the outside of your left ankle. Swivel the back right foot. If there was an imaginary line on your mat, your left heel would be on the line and the arch of your right foot would be on the line. Right toes pointing at about 3 o'clock. Push down into the left hand. Anchor. Take the right hand to your right hip. Open. Lean back as if a wall is behind you and the whole wall, your whole backside is touching the wall. Let the left rib cage relax. Take your right hand to the left ribs and now turn them up towards the ceiling. Reach the right arm up and over your head. Inhale, reach. And then up towards the sky, creating a triangle, Trikonasana. Right hand comes down, both hands on either side of your left foot again. Slowly bring the right knee down. Anchor in your right hand, circle the left arm all the way back, bend your right knee, grab a hold of your strap and lasso it around the foot. Pull your heel in gently towards your glutes and then release. Let's take the left hand to your left thigh and twist. Reach the left arm up and then back towards your right foot. Anchor into that right hand. Begin to lift your right knee and swivel onto the outside of your right foot and allow your right hip to come down. You can toe heel your left foot out to the side as much as you need to. Really amazing stretch here in the right side body. And now we'll place both hands back at the front of the mat. inside your left foot for a lizard lunge. Push back through your right heel and just rock like we did earlier in high plank. Push back, rock forward on the toes. You're welcome to come down onto the forearms if you are open in the hips and this feels okay. Remember, in yoga, this is not a competition. You're here to observe yourself and meet yourself where you are today. Not where you were yesterday or where you think you should be, but just where you are right now. And this is part of finding harmony, is being okay with yourself right now in this moment. Letting go of expectations and judgments. Come back up onto your hands. Step the left foot back, high plank. Hug in, find your center. Exhale, chaturanga. You can come down halfway this time if you like. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back, chin up, or cobra. Exhale, let's move back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You're welcome to take a child's pose at any time if you need to rest. Look inside your hands and walk your feet in, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Coming back to the intention of Lokahi, building balance and harmony in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, which will transcend into the world around you, Lokahi. Let's place the blocks on either side of your mats, getting situated. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the practice now that we're warmed up. Hopefully you're warmed up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, we bow forward. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Okay, let's keep the hands on, like the fingertips just grazing your mat, and squeeze your knees together, chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze and hug in as fiercely as you can. Ankle bones are touching, big toe knuckles are touching, knee bones, inner thighs. It's like you're holding a little sticky note inside your knees. Let's bring your hands to your hips, push them back, and then begin to lift your chest. So pull your hips back and down, squeeze your elbows in towards each other, reach the arms back like airplane wings. Inhale, sweep them forward and up, palms facing each other, arms parallel to your ears, and exhale, reach them back. Inhale, exhale, strong in your legs. One more time, inhale, exhale. Keep your arms back there. See if you can interlace your fingers. If you can't, just grab onto opposite elbow. And let's fold forward. Release the thighs, release your legs, your glutes. Release your arms. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, back to your heart. Anjali Mudra, inviting within, Lokahi. Check out how you're breathing. Find the rhythm of breath that you created in child's pose. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, keep the arms up and sit back into child's pose. Hands come to the heart. We'll twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Twist and push. So push your elbow into your knee until your hands come to the center of your chest. Stack your elbows. You can also make a fist with your right hand. push your left hand into your fist and twist. Sit back, squeeze and hug in with your legs. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's come back to chair pose. Sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, sit back. You should always be able to see your toes. The weight is back in your heels. Hands come to your heart. Twist to the right. Left elbow hooks the outside of your right knee. Make a fist if you want to. Twist, twist. Your breath gets you deeper in the pose. Breathe all the way in, all the way out. One more time. And exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you can step back into downward dog and skip the chaturanga if you like. Upward dog or cobra. And do downward facing dog. Look inside your hands and let's step the right foot forward. Walk the left foot way back and slowly bring your knee down. Let your hips sink forward. Let's lift your left knee. Airplane wings back. Find your balance. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Squeeze into your center here. Hug your inner thighs. Find a focal point on the ground in front of your mat. And we're going to lift strong left leg up parallel to the ground into airplane. Exhale. Push out through your left heel. Pull your left toes up towards your knee. Chest is forward. It's okay if you fall. That's part of finding your balance. And then we'll slowly step back. High lunge. Arms parallel to your ears. Reaching up. And exhale, let's twist to the right. Make sure the right toes are facing forward. Squeeze into your inner thighs. Find your balance, hug in. Pull your right foot towards your left foot towards your right foot. Reach out. And then we're going to circle the left arm back. Left heel comes down, warrior two. Reach out through your fingers. Anchor in to warrior two. Flip your right palm. Reach the right arm all the way up parallel to your ear. Reach up and back. Left hand slides down the left leg. And now bend more into the right knee. Straighten out through the right leg. Let's come back into your triangle pose. Reach the right arm way forward. You can bring your hand down onto a block to the outside of the ankle. Circle the left arm all the way up towards the sky. Lean back. And we're going to flow here. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale to stay. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to stay. Straighten out to the right leg. We're moving on the exhale. Inhale to open into triangle. Exhale to stay. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to stay. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, stay. Maybe deepen. Straighten out to the right leg. Inhale. On the exhale, you're moving back into triangle. Left arm circles up and back, reaching up. Beautiful. Let's bring the left hand down. Hands onto your blocks. Hop the left foot in about 3/4 of the way on your mat. So yoga is not a perfect science. You're going to find your balance here on your feet. Try lifting the toes on both feet. If there was a line on your mat,
Both heels are on the line. Or if you're feeling like you want to challenge yourself more, you can narrow your stance so the right heel intersects with the back left arch. Take your right thumb to your right hip crease. Pull it back like a fish hook. Lengthen your chest forward and exhale. Lay your belly on your thigh. You can bend your right knee here if you need to. Relax your head. You can walk your hands on your blocks forward like you're in downward dog, pushing down and forward will bring more expansion into your spine, more depth into the pose. Or you can just keep them where they are. You might already be feeling all that expansion and depth without even having to do anything. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. This is the beauty of practicing yoga as we continue to find more space. More space to open into. Always more possibilities. So we're in a halfway lift. Let's take the left hand inside your right foot on a block. You can keep your right block where it is or move it off, just whatever feels convenient for you. Right thumb to the hip crease again, and we're going to just turn now, twist, revolved triangle. Kind of like chair pose we were just in, except different, right? But same thing happening in the upper body. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, palm facing your wall over to the right. Open up the right shoulder, the left shoulder, push down into your left hand, reach up with the right hand. Inhale, maybe look up, focus, breathe, and then the right hand comes down. Good. We're going to walk the blocks forward in front of your mat. I like my blocks at the second level, but you can bring yours at any level. Soften and bend into the right knee. Keep your hands on your blocks. Let's lift that left leg back up. We were in Warrior 3 earlier. So just like triangle pose now, except the left leg is lifted and strong. Turn your left hip over your right hip. Left hand comes to your left hip. Left shoulder stacks over the right shoulder. Gaze down. Your right toes are facing forward. It's okay to fall. Just get yourself back up. Bend your right knee. Find your balance here. Find equal balance in your body. So there's not too much weight in that right hand. You're bringing it back more into the right foot. And that left leg that's in the air is the most powerful leg here. And it's not the right leg, it's the left leg. Maybe reach the left arm up, half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Draw into your belly. Point your tailbone down towards your left heel. The left hand slowly comes down. Let's step the left foot down next to the right foot. Bend your knees and just fold. 3 breaths. Reverse swan dive. Arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to Lokahi. Balance and harmony. Every day is a new day. We come and show up with a different body every day. Try to stay humble, right? Every day is your first day of yoga. We're just finding more balance, more harmony. That's the intention of this practice. So have some fun, laugh at yourself. It's okay to fall and pick yourself up and just bring yourself back into the pose, right? You don't have to take yourself so seriously and this practice so seriously. It's just here to help show you your thoughts, your reactions, and what's going on inside of you, right? This is an opportunity for it all to come up and out to the surface.
Inhale, let's start our round of sun salutations again. So we're going to go to the other side. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, you can step it back into downward facing dog and stay as we flow, if you're flowing, through a vinyasa. Draw into your belly. Meet me back in downward dog. Pull your thigh to your belly. Come way up onto your right tippy toes. Gaze down inside your hands and see if you can lightly step the left foot forward without making a sound. If it doesn't happen today, it will happen one day. Just keep practicing. Wiggle the right foot back. Hug into your center. Inhale, we rise. Anjaneyasana, high lunge. If I were to come push on you, you wouldn't fall over. So hug in, ground down, lengthen from your hips to your fingertips. Inhale, reach. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, reach. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, reach. Exhale, airplane. Look down, find your drishti. Exhale, lift the right leg up. Use your core to get your right heel up, parallel to the ceiling. Push back through your heel, strong right leg. The chest is lifted like cobra or upward dog. Exhale, step the right foot back as gracefully as you can or not. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, twist. Reach the right arm forward, the left hand back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and twist. Breathe. And now warrior two. Just circle the right arm back. The left arm comes forward. Widen your stance and sink into your hips. Ground into your feet. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Left palm flips, reach forward and up and back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten out through your left leg. Reach your left arm forward. You can grab onto your block. Place it at any level to the outside of your left ankle and reach the right arm up. Lean back. Relax your left ribs. Now let's flow with your breath, ocean breath. Inhale. Exhale, we arrive in warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to stay. Inhale, on the exhale, we're moving into triangle. Inhale, we arrive. Exhale, we stay. Inhale to find more space. Exhale, we're moving into warrior two. Exhale, stay. Left palm flips. Inhale. Exhale, you're moving into reverse warrior. Inhale, reach. Find more space, more depth. Exhale, stay. Breath in. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Look down, hands to your blocks. Hop your right foot in about 3/4 on your mat. Back there, angle your feet and figure out the alignment that works for you. Heel to heel or heel to the back arch. Make sure the back foot does not ever lift up. So keep it on the ground, rooted into your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. You're welcome to soften the front knee. Make sure the back leg always remains the strongest leg of the pose.
left thumb to the hip crease, pull it back. Block hand inside the left foot, anchor and twist. Breathe in, lengthen and twist. So we're not looking back, but leaning back towards the right side and twisting right ribs up towards the ceiling, the sky. Reach up with the left arm. Literally wringing out all the toxic, negative, built up energy in the gut here. Left hand comes down and just soften into your left knee. Walk your blocks forward here. Lift the right leg. Find your dristi. Balance. We're going to stack the right hip over the left hip for half moon. Right hand to your right hip. Left ribs over towards the right side of your mat. Find your balance. Not too much in the left hand. You're not leaning forward into your left hand too much. You're welcome to gaze over to the right or up towards your right thumb. Sparkle out through your hands, your toes, your right toes, strong in the right leg. And let's bring the right hand down. Right hip, right foot next to the left foot. And release. Hang. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, back to the heart. Let's come back to that tree pose that we did at the beginning. Let's see how we're balancing now after we've opened up the body and have been breathing and opening up all this prana, creating all this mana, also known in Hawaii as life force. So clearing out all the blockages. Bring your left foot into tree pose, either on a block, your calf. You might find that you can bring it up more. You've opened your hips more now. Hands to the heart. So trees are meant to be able to sway with the breeze. They're not meant to just stand still and be stiff. So roots down, that's the key to a tree being able to sustain some strong winds because they're rooted. So you can kind of move your arms around here and just test out your balance and fall out. And then you can just come right back into it. And we'll go to the other side. When I first started practicing yoga back in 2007, I was obsessed with being able to balance all the time, finding balance in my life because my life felt so unbalanced. I was I owned a restaurant and I was very stressed and worked a lot and I didn't feel any balance. But my yoga teacher said, do this all the time to cultivate balance. And so I would literally do this in the shower, shampooing my hair, and then I would change the other foot. Or you can even do this, while you're cooking, whatever you're doing, right? You can practice some yoga, just finding some balance, waiting in line. 6 feet away from each other now. So if you fall, you're not going to fall into the person in front of you or behind you. So that's good news. All right. Next, we're going to come into eagle pose. One of my favorite poses. If I were to connect a pose to come together wellness, it would be eagle. It's literally coming together, all sides of the body, intertwining them together as one. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up. Exhale. So if you have really tight shoulders, you're just going to hug yourself today. Right arm over the left, big hug. That's what that looks like.
Or option 2, right arm over the left arm. Make sure you come up high on the elbows and just bend your elbows and push the backs of your hands together. But if you're more open, you can intertwine the arms and interlace the fingers, or just push the hands together and hook your thumbs. So this is eagle arms, squeezing and hugging your elbows in towards each other, wrists together, hands together, elbows down towards your chest, sit down into chair. Lift the left leg. Option here is just to rest your left foot on the ground. Easy. You can also put a block underneath your foot. Feel free to use a wall if you need to. In any of these poses, you can always bring your mat up closer to a wall. Lift your left foot. Squeeze and hug your inner thighs so much that you can hook your left toes behind your right calf. Just like an eagle perched on a branch. Focus. Breathe. Balance. Hug into your center. Find your balance. Slowly release. Arms reach up. Exhale. Down. Let's go to the other side. This time, left arm is on top. You're giving yourself a hug. And remember, don't treat both sides of your body the same, because they're not the same. Some of us sleep more on our right side than the left side. Coming into the pose, Garudasana, eagle pose. And release, arms up and come down. Really beautiful. And the next thing we're going to do now is try to balance in our hands. Really easy arm balance here. It may not be easy to you, but it is one of the easier ones to learn, in my opinion. Take your blocks and bring them to about quarter of the way back onto your mat. You can grab a bolster. Let me grab mine. Or a blanket and place it at the front of your mat in case you fall. You have some cushion for your head. Let's stand on the blocks, hip width apart. Lift your toes and feel the balls of the feet, the heels of the feet rooting into your mat. Into the blocks. And you know what? Let's move these out of the side, off to the side here. We're going to open the hips first. So plie your toes out, heels in, and we're going to begin to just sit back. The goal is to come all the way down into Malasana, the yogi squat. If you are not able to do this, you can come and sit on a block, and this will help you open your hips, and you can use your arms to just open your knees out. I like to take a little twist here to either side. It also helps create more space in your lower back and the side body. Arm balances require lots of balance and a lot of core work here. So the Ujjayi breath, if you listen to it in my meditation on my on the YouTube channel, you will see that I mentioned Uddiyana Bandha as part of the breath. This inward, upward lifting from the pelvic floor up. So the stronger you are, the lighter you are. And you want to become light if you want to balance on your hands and be able to float yourself up off the ground. And that's what we're doing in these standing postures, is cultivating and creating this deeper inner core strength. There's no strength like yoga strength, in my opinion. So inward and upward. Open your hips. You're either sitting on a block. Keep your heels down. Malasana. Hands come to the heart. Find your balance. Find your drishti. Harmony. You can bring your chin to your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Rock your head over, right ear, right shoulder. Now let's come into the logistics of this posture. Squeeze your knees into your arms, into the outside of your arms, arms into your knees. Now lift your chest up like cobra or upward dog. Hands come to the heart. Good. Now we're going to bring the hands out 90 degrees. So your elbows are 90 degrees here. Fanning out to the fingers, pushing your legs onto your arms, arms out into your legs. Cobra chest. And you can do this from a squat too, like a sumo squat. And now let's just come into a forward fold. So good. All right, let's bring the blocks back onto your mat. Step up onto them. Feet hip width apart. We're going to come sit down. And it's okay if your heels come up here. Hands come down at the front of your mat. You might need to move your blocks back a little bit because you want to be able to rock yourself back and forth here. Hands at the front corners of your mat, knees onto your triceps, okay? Not on the outside, but right up in there into the armpit area. Try to get your knees in there. If you're too tight and cannot do this, then slide them down a little bit. And then if that still doesn't work, it's okay to cheat a little bit and bring the legs over here for now, right? But eventually you want to bring the knees back. I like to learn the right way, but sometimes we can't do that. And you just need to do something to get yourself up off the ground. Okay. So we're going to lift the hands up. This is the inhale. The exhale is hands down, and we're going to rock and lift the hips up. And then inhale back. The exhale, remember, is the inward upward lifting to make you strong and light. Hips up. So your knees can come off of your arms here. You're bending your elbows back like a bird. This is crow pose. Knees onto the triceps. You can bring your forehead down onto your bolster and lift your feet. Feet come together. Then rock yourself back. You can create these tiny little movements working with your breath. Knees up, belly in and up. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, and maybe that's what you do for today. If you are wanting to just not use a bolster, coming up into the full pose, this is like the squat and the chair pose all in one. So hugging in, even though your knees aren't squeezing together in this pose, but the energy is there. So we're going to squeeze in, chest forward like cobra, and pull and lift the feet in and up. Exhale back. Good. Let's come sit now. Arm balances takes a lot of energy. Core. Your back is your core too. Kidneys, adrenal glands, all that activates right in through here. Contracting. So now let's open and release it. We're going to take hero's pose. Option 1, sitting on a block. If this hurts your knees, you can also grab your blanket and place it up into your knee creases and sit back. Okay? In hero's pose, the knees are hip width, and then we slide them together, feet out. Knees together, feet out. Take your hands to your calves and zigzag your way down in there, sitting on a block, or maybe I like something soft. Folding up your blanket, sitting inside your feet. I had knee surgery on my left knee. My knees, depending on the weather, today it's kind of humid outside, which causes inflammation in the body. So my left knee is feeling a little tweaky today. So I'm going to sit on a blanket, but you don't have to. You can come all the way down inside your feet. And then we're just going to resituate ourselves, getting ourselves into the pose. So pushing into your feet, tilting your tailbone, walk your hands back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your hips, and then sit back down. So now, because I've done that alignment, I don't need my blanket anymore, and I can come sit down. Next thing to do is to come onto your forearms, hands to your feet. Again, lift your hips, realign your spine, tilt your tailbone. We know that there is an arch already in your lower back. This is not where back bends occur. All back bends happen in the upper back. And I forgot to tell you, you can also bring a block back here. So grab a block if you would like. You can place it right inside on the shoulder blade area, not underneath the shoulder blades, but right there on the shoulder blades. You can reach the arms back. This is a beautiful stretch for the whole front of the body, releasing all that contraction that we did in crow pose. You can open the arms out to the side. You can place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. You're also welcome to put a bolster behind you and lay on the bolster. We'll be here for 8 ocean breaths. Slowly come out of the pose the same way you went in. Come back up onto your forearms, then up onto your hands. Walk your hands forward, and we're going to curl the toes under, lift your knees, and let that rush of blood come back to the knee joints. Downward facing dog. It can be a short downward dog here. Just let all the blood flow into the knee joints. This is so good for the joints. It keeps them supple, strong, and healthy as we age. Cutting off the circulation a little bit, and then just allowing all the blood to flow like a fast river, cleaning out the joints, renewing the joints. And let's come onto the hands and the knees. Walk the knees back. Bring your forearms down and bring a block right inside your hands. So on the ground, you're creating an L shape. I'm going to come up closer so you can see this with your hands on the block, right? Forearms, thumb, low level. And then the elbows are going to want to do this. You're going to pull them in so that everything is in alignment, 90 degrees. So kind of like chaturanga, right? Not out. because what this looks like from the side is hunchback, right? So when we hug the elbows in, nice long spine, and you get into your core. Come down onto the mat, elbows hug, move the block forward, and we'll step it back into plank, forearm plank. Tilt your pubic bone towards your chest. If you want to do a core workout, do this 1 minute every day. So good for your back and your belly, as long as you're doing it correctly. If you're swaying the hips down, you're creating a disaster in your lower back. You're stressing it out. And if your hips are up, right, the stress kind of goes into the shoulders here. So if you want to develop a strong core, hips are in a straight line with the shoulders. Let's walk the feet in, coming into dolphin pose. Open your feet up as wide as your mat, bend your knees. This is the take it easy dolphin pose variation. Exploring more, feet come together. Elbows hug in. You can gaze down inside your forearms or relax your head. Push your chest back towards your feet. Push up through your tailbone. And then relax your knees down. Sit onto your heels. Reach your hands back for child's pose, balasana. Notice the right side, the left side of your body. Slide your hands up towards your face. Push yourself up. And let's come sit onto your glutes. Send your legs forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, take your hands underneath your tushy, your glutes, your bum, bottom, whatever you call it. Pull the muscle out and then back. Do the same thing with your legs. Take your hands in, like fingers all the way to the inner thighs. Pull them down and pull them out. Push out to the heels of your feet. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, let's just take the hands to the shins. Grab on. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Nice straight spine. Exhale, try to bow forward. So maybe it's just right here, or you can come up a little bit. You can walk your hands down, but the spine stays straight and you're leading with your heart. Do not hunch your upper back. Yoga is creating good posture by cultivating a strong core. The block is already down there. For those of you that are more flexible, have more space, or have really long arms, push the block into the bottom of your feet and pull yourself into a deeper forward fold, seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Stretch out your spine. Breathe, ocean breath. Lokahi. All throughout the mind, the body, the soul, in you and all around you. Slowly come up, bend your left knee. You can pull it in. Reach your left hand back behind you, lean into your hand, reach the right arm all the way up, and then hook your elbow to the outside of your knee. All right. Walk your left hand in closer and towards you if you want to deepen, and then move that right tricep down the left knee. So if you look down, the belly should be on the left thigh, and there's probably some space in between your chest, your armpit. So the way we deepen is through the breath. The breath gets us deeper into the poses, and then eventually there's no space in between your chest and your leg, coming into a really deep twist here. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Look forward, chin over your right shoulder, and release. Let's just drop that left knee over to the side, seated tree pose here. Get your foot up into your inner thigh. If this hurts your hip or knee in any way, take a block underneath your knee at any level that you need to support you and your body. Flex your right foot. Push out through your heel, arms reach up. You can interlace your fingers if you like, or just reach up. Exhale, grab for let's start with the shin like we did in that forward fold. Inhale, lengthen up through your chest. Exhale, bow. You can reach down then and grab your foot. We're going to take the left hand to the outside of your right foot. Take your right thumb to the hip crease again. Push it back. Lengthen your left side body in more towards your right leg and fold. Inhale to find more space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Keep your left hand on your right leg, wherever it is, and reach the right arm back and up. Inhale, and exhale, release. Slide the left leg forward, right heel comes in. Reach the right arm back, lean into the hand, reach the left arm up and back, find as much space as you can in your left ribs, and then hook your elbow. Now you can work your way in to a deeper twist. Right hand comes in more, pushing into your right foot. Make sure both sit bones stay on the ground. Flex out through your left heel. Push out through your heel. Get really strong in your legs here to support you as you deepen into your twist. Inhale, find more space. Lengthen upwards to the crown of your head. Exhale, twist. Chin over your right shoulder. Keep your twist, chin over your left shoulder. Gently release. Seated tree pose, right foot to the left inner thigh. Allow the right knee to open out to the side. Use a block underneath your knee if you need to. Inhale, reach your arms. This time, point your belly button towards your left big toe first, and then reach for your calf. Lengthen your chest out towards your toes. Exhale, fold, belly onto the thigh. Maybe reach your hands to your foot. Elbows can come down, and then your head comes down. But it's more important to get your belly on your leg than it is for your head. Again, lengthening the spine is more important than creating a hunchback. Come up into a halfway lift. Take your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Twist to the left. Reach the left arm back and up. Pull on your left foot with the right arm and reach out with the left arm as you twist. And release. Extend your right leg forward. Scoot yourself forward and lay yourself down. Reach your arms up over your head. Walk your feet in towards your hips. Now reach your hands down. Graze your heels with your middle fingers. All 10 toes are facing the front of your mat. Begin to tilt your tailbone up off of your mat. Slowly lift your arms, and we're just going to move here like an ocean wave. Hips up as high as you can, arms up over the head. Exhale, roll your spine down onto the mat. Arms come down by your hips. 2 more times. Nice and slow. Inhale, lifting up through the pubic bone. Flat tummy, arms reaching up. Exhale, roll out your spine. Hands come down next to your hips. And again, inhale. Exhale. Have a block nearby. Bridge pose. Slowly lifting the arms up. You can grab your block. Bring it to any level that suits your body today, but place it underneath the sacrum. So it's halfway on your tushy, booty, bum, and onto the lower back area, the sacrum, this triangular bone. Palms face up, reach the hands down, shoulders open. So you're either here in the supported bridge pose, or without the block, you can interlace your fingers underneath you. I like to extend my pinky fingers out and push down into the pinky fingers, shimmying the shoulder blades closer together and getting the outside of the arms tucked in and underneath so that the arms and the shoulders can open more fully. Tilt your pubic bone up towards your chest. Open up across your chest from shoulder to shoulder. Option to take wheel pose here, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Hands come up next to your ears on either side of your head, obviously. Elbows point up. Fan out through your fingers, push into the hands. First, you're just going to come up onto the crown of your head on the inhale. Situate your hands, make sure you can see your hands, elbows hug in. And then on the inhale, we're going to push up. Look inside your hands. Slowly come back down onto the head. Back of the head, roll your spine down. Wherever you are, knees touch, arms come down by your side. Back bends are so energizing. They release fear and anxiety out of the body. So you might experience that as you come into back bends. Let's do that one more time, bridge or wheel. This is a flow class. So if you want a breakdown of these poses, let me know and I will be happy to teach each pose step by step, really easy variations to get into the full pose. Graze your heels with your middle finger. You're lifting the hips up, coming into bridge, or hands up over the shoulders, elbows point up, coming into wheel. Slowly coming down, knees touch, feet open as wide as the mat. Opening up the lower back. Keep your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale, knees drop to the left. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Both knees up. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a seated reclined pigeon. Lift your left foot, thread your hands, interlace behind the left thigh. Pull your knee towards you using your bicep muscles. Relax your head and shoulders down. Flex both feet here. 6 breaths. Push your right knee away from you, using your right elbow. Flex your right foot. You can always take your ankle bone off of your thigh to go deeper here as we create balance in your hips. Release your left foot down. Take your hand to your right foot or ankle, and we're going to extend the right leg up. So either grabbing onto your calf, ankle, or your foot. You're not lifting your head and shoulders up. You can keep your left knee bent or extend your left heel forward. Keep your right hand on your calf, ankle, or foot, and we're just going to open the right leg over to the right, reach your left arm over to the left. Your shoulders are anchored down. Both glutes are anchored down into your mats. Pull your toes up towards your ear if you want to take this deeper. Inhale, let's move up through center. Left hand comes to the outside of your foot or onto your calf. You can also bend your right knee here. Reach the right arm out to the right at a T from your shoulder. Roll over onto your left hip and come into a spinal twist. Reach out through the right arm. Make sure your right shoulder stays anchored into your mat. Push out through both heels, the left heel, the right heel. If your knee was bent earlier, now your left leg is straight in the spinal twist. You can take your right thumb to your right hip crease and push it down away from your ribs. And then eventually over time, you don't need to use your thumb. You'll have this awareness, this muscle awareness, so that you can just do it organically with inside yourself. Let's exhale. Use your core to lift your right leg back up. Bend your knee and place your foot down. Resituate yourself onto your mat. Let's take pigeon on the other side. Left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Lift your right foot. Reach your left arm through your inner thighs and bind your hands together on the back of your right hamstring. Gently pull your left foot towards you and push your left knee away from you. Relax your neck. Bring your chin in towards your throat more. Allow the shoulders to relax and just use your muscles here, the bicep muscles, your breath, to go deeper within. Gently release your right foot down onto your mat. Extend your left heel up towards the sky. Hands onto your calf, ankle, or your foot without lifting your head and shoulders. You can keep the right knee bent or slide your right leg forward. Push out through both heels. So the back right calf is on the ground, and you're pushing back through your right hamstring. We're going to open up here. Left leg over to the left, right arm reaching out. You're anchored and centered while finding the balance. The right side and the left side feel equally balanced as we open and expand. Left leg lifts. Right hand to your left foot, or you're bending your knee here as you come into your spinal twist. Left shoulder remains on the ground. You can come onto your right hip more here. And then even like in triangle pose earlier, we took the left hand to the right ribs. And then you can pull the left ribs closer down towards the ground. Exhale, lift your left leg up. Let's hug both knees into your chest here. Forehead up towards your knees. And we'll end the practice with 3 lion's breaths and happy baby. So pull your knees down towards the outside of your shoulders. Your hands can come onto your ankles. You can even hug your arms around your knees, like so, or hands come up onto your feet. Lion's breath, cleansing breath for your blood, getting all the excess heat, anger, anxiety, and fear out of your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Lion's breath, tongue out. Inhale fully and deeply. Lion's breath, tongue out. Inhale. Let your feet go. Big stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Open your feet up wider than your hips. Allow the arms to come down by your sides. Return your breathing back to normal. Do whatever you need to do. Eye mask, a weight on your tummy here. You can put a bolster block on your stomach or just be free as you give yourself permission now to do nothing and receive everything that you just did. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Enjoy. Take a deeper breath in and a refreshing breath out through your mouth. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, reawaken your body. Circle your hands and your feet. Wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a big hug. Take this moment to be grateful and give thanks to your body for everything it's able to do today, everything you tried and practiced, and for your breath. Release your hug. Roll over onto your left side. Come into a fetal position. Use your left arm as a little pillow. Take this moment to think of someone you are grateful for in your life that brings you a sense of balance and harmony, the essence of Lokahi. Journey your way up to a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed. Rest your hands on your legs. Observe your body. Observe your mind. Observe your breath. Bring your hands together back in front of the heart in a prayer-like position called Anjali Mudra. Acknowledging what you just created, the energy of Lokahi. Hands in front of the heart remind us to act with loving and kind actions to ourselves and to those around us. Hands to the mouth, the lips, remind us to speak kind and loving words to those around us and also to ourselves. Hands to the forehead, remind us to think kind and loving thoughts to ourselves and to those around us. There is a chant, a mantra in yoga. It means, may all beings be happy and free. And it goes, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May we all live in harmony and balance as you go throughout your day today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming together today. Aloha means that you are a part of all and all is part of you. We bow forward as we say together to ourselves and to each other, Namaste. Mahalo. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any requests or comments or feedback. I would love to hear from you down below.